Hey, love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing, extended, beautiful family. Thank you so much for the love and support. Y'all have really been, them A1 since day one. And I truly appreciate, you sharing the videos, you dropping beautiful comments and sending beautiful vibes towards me as I do the same for you. So thank you so much. You are very highly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings. Love and light. And many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. If you feel like the videos are insightful, informative, give good vibes of uplift that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times and need confirmation, validation towards life path, or even soul purposes, just needing spiritual guidance, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on the social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's always appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the YouTube channel I'm using today is called Spirit Tribe Awakening. And the name of the video that you're hearing in the background is called Detox Your Mind, Positive Energy Music 432 Hertz, Deep Healing Miracle Tone, Mindfulness Meditation. And I will post the link in the description box below. And the video I am doing is called Seeing Everything, A View of Anew. What we once chose to have a blind eye to. Well, I wasn't trying to rap or anything, but hey, it is what it is. A lot of things that we can go through in our lives that, we were trying to understand, why certain things are the way they are. Why does life feel like, you're not really fully getting the happiness that you truly deserve in your life? And, we had to go through stages of depression. We had to go through stages of pain, stages through trauma, and it just had to, light switch that had to come on for you to really understand what you had to do. And going through life, there are a lot of times you feel like, okay, something's not fulfilling me. There's something about myself I'm really missing. Why do I always feel like, I stick out like a sore thumb? Is because you're the way you are, your purity up under the dirtiness of things that's just been placed on our lives, seeing all the things that I've look past in my life that I choose to have a blind eye to, and basically, just take blame on myself all the time. Like everything that has taken place in my life has been my fault. I was just the F up, I'm the black sheep of the family. I just can't get nothing right. And going through all that, I always used to wonder why I would just trigger people and insecurities. I always felt like, I had to be looked at as a peasant, or, I was beneath the people that, I was so called family. But then when I allowed myself to really see the truth in what it is, I triggered something that they wish they had, and that was strength. Even though the things that I've really, I've endured, I mean, it's not like I'm looking at myself as beneath, people are beneath me or I'm over anybody. Um, it's not even about that. It's just about me just basically seeing my strength for what it is. When you really sit back and see your life in a nutshell of everything that has happened, you try to see how were you able to make it that far. You know, um, Even though when you're still in situations where you're just trying your hardest, giving your all to it, there's some days that you don't even want to step foot out of bed. If you can turn off the organs for you not having to go pee, I guarantee you probably be staying in bed. And there are so many different things that I think about in my life, where I felt like life just wasn't fair. But then I allowed myself to really see this has to have a purpose behind everything that I went through. I don't wish anything that I went through on anybody, even my worst enemies. And I got a handful of them, but then I allow myself to really see what, it transformed me to be. And something I never thought I would. I never thought like 5, 10 years ago, I'll be sitting up here making videos. People email me, text me, call me, just for advice or, just asking different things, because they feel so strongly connected to, the things that I speak on. I never thought that because it was just like the people I attracted was like, no, no, I can look back at myself and it's just like I used to be hard on myself. Like, wow, how could you be so stupid? Why would you sit up here and allow people just to take advantage of you like that? Why did you do those different things? You're so naive. You're so this. And I had to allow myself to stop talking down to myself like that, you know, um, or I just place blame. At times it's like everything is my family's fault. And I can say I played my part into it because of the decisions I made in my life. You always can sit up here and point the finger at, well, I had an effed up life, it's my family's fault. So this led me down this train of, robbing people and hijacking stuff and killing people and stuff like that, even though that's not stuff that I did. But I'm just saying there's a lot of people that choose to use that as that. And I feel like there's people that have really came from some broken homes and they didn't make those type of choices. So there's a lot of things that, when I allowed myself to go down this road of awakening, I like I said, I work on myself on a daily. I want to be better than I was 5 seconds ago. How can I allow myself to not bring myself down for things that I can't change? I have to be able to accept it is what it is. When people do things, you have to really see it for what it is. Those are the true colors that they're showing to you. And anytime I always say, oh, I want to be able to do this in my life and I want to give certain things to a charity or I want to start my own, fund for, different things like this where I can uplift different people that have went through things like that. And I used to tell my family about that, and they used to get real pissed off, like, oh, we're going to make sure she doesn't do that, because they knew there was a light inside of me to where even though I could have been making money off of something, I wanted to be able to take a certain chunk out of that and be able to invest it in something I truly believed in. I wanted to be able to help out, people that were in domestic violence. If you have been one of those parents that, you were forced to be a homemaker, there are some people that I know that had to live a life like that where the husband goes to work and the wife stayed at home taking care of the kids in the house and stuff like that. And it got very bad where, if she left, he controlled the bank accounts. He controlled how much money that was made. Shoot, there's even people that work and then the husband give you allowance like you the daddy, that's your daddy or something like that. I said, oh God, I could not, you know, and certain things like that. So I always wanted to be able to, bring up something like that to where, if they had, if they wanted to be able to leave, because some people in their minds have them that there's nothing going to be better past what you got here. You ain't gonna never find somebody who's gonna deal with you the way, like you're that that eyesore that they chose to keep around. So there's a lot of different things that I've seen people go through and accepted it because they felt like I don't have enough money, I don't have the education, or I don't have the job status, the things to sit up here and give, past history on that. I've always been a homemaker. What can I do? And when you see things like that, I want to be able to start a program up where they can have a trade, and do certain activities where they can still take care of their children. You can be away from the family anonymous, so you don't have to worry about, your abuser or whatever you want to call it can find you, and different things that can help you, manage your home, taking care of your children, being able to do that. Because I've been in situations where people controlled everything around me, and I'm just like, the hell with that. I'm going to be able to make my own life up. I want to be able to choose my happiness, not based on other people's happiness, because they always try to, make sure everything was controlled on that. So not even really to get into, the depth of my situation, but being able to see, allowing myself, I can choose my own happiness, what I choose to see in my life and how I can move forward within it. The lessons that I've learned from going through all the different things that I've gone through throughout my life. What can I take positive out of a tragic, circumstance? What kind of moves can I make to not just uplift me, uplift a lot of other people, and being able to do the things that I do, which I truly love. I really do. Being able to allow myself to, you know, have that courage to be able to tell my life experiences and, things that other people can relate to. To be, it's like an ambassador for, warriors, whatever you want to call it. But there's a lot more other ambassadors out there that are doing the same thing, but just in their own way. And when you're allowing yourself to choose to see that new view, at times when we look back at things that has really taken place that brought us on this journey, it can be very painful. I totally get it. You know, Even though things have not, fully changed in the way you wanted them, like you may not be exactly where you want to be right now. But look at all the major changes that has taken place just because you allowed yourself to move forward and take that chance with yourself, taking that leap of faith with yourself, having that faith in yourself is like, you know what, I'm making the most out of this. At least I can say if I went through this and it failed, I can at least say, you know what, I tried. I put that effort out. I allowed myself to move forward, even though if I didn't know, if it was going to end well, way better than I expected, or even just fell flat up on my face, but at least you can say you put that emphasis in on that. It's not easy being who we are, you know, being an empath within itself, we feel everything at a deeper level. We see things that a lot of times we wish we can throw shade down on that mess, but we can't, for doing that. And it's just like everything I've seen, a lot of times it feels surreal to me, of everything that I've accomplished, everything that I'm aiming for, everything that I'm trying to, transform and put together. But it allowed me to face a lot of things that was really hard for me to accept. I used to feel things and just allow myself to really see it. And I used to get a lump in my throat, like, nah, this didn't happen, or no, this is my fault. I did all this. And everybody has their choice or how they choose to deal with people, how you choose to deal with different things in life. So it was just like, you know what, I'm just going to take responsibility for my own actions. And then when I finally allowed myself to see things, um, when we have gone through different things like that in our lives, where you've been probably beat down physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, sexually, or anything like that, even though it's directed at us, it's nothing personal, even though it was personally done to us, but it was something that disrupted them in their mind, in their hearts, in their lives, where they see that good in you and they want to be able to tear it all up, you know and it is like we had to go through that cycle of all that heaviness, all that ugliness, and being able to break those barriers, which is very hard to do because it's like when I see my situation, there's so many times I want to unleash a beast of vengeance in my life. And it was just like, no, death is too good for you. You need to be able to allow yourself to process what you have done and allow yourself to take place. I had to be able to accept those things, which was a hard pill for me to swallow, especially with so many different things that I was blocked from. But then, being able to see beyond that purpose, being able to tell the stories of experiences that I've had, what I'm allowing myself to move past the pain, but allow myself to focus on my process of progress, keep moving forward, being better than whatever, allowing myself to see a view, a vision of how I want to make my life past everything that I've gone through. And that's the mission we're on right now. We're all going through different transformations in our life. We're allowing ourselves to open up very sensitive parts of our lives that we kept suppressed up here, and being able to face those things and say, you know what, how am I going to move forward? How am I going to be able to do better than what I was? You have to be able to do things, just like I said in the video, if you want something you never gotten, you have to make the decision to do things you never done, and those are the things that you have to be able to face. Those are the things you have to be able to accept, being able to take responsibility for your own actions. Don't take the responsibilities of somebody else's situation, but allowing yourself to see what parts you played. And then because it's so, it's like we attract people that are broken. We attract narcissists. Those are the ones that breaks us out of those cycles because they feel, you know that they're justified to do everything. They always have a reason. Even when you focus and say you did this, they'll turn it some kind of way where it makes it right back at you. But you're being that better person and just say, you know what, yes, I'm the one you did this to, I'm the one you did this, I played my part, but I did that. But guess what I'm doing differently than you? I'm allowing myself to accept the responsibility of myself, appreciating the flaws, so I can allow myself to learn from those life lessons and being able to move forward, not in hatred, not in vengeance, not in resentment, not in anger, but passion, compassion, truth, love, light, positivity, prosperity. Being able to say, I endured these bad times, but it allowed me to be able to transform and appreciate to the oncoming good times. You know, you always allow your life is what you choose to make it. If they want to choose to, you know, wreak havoc all in their surroundings, they're doing that, but they're actually not doing it with you. You're allowing yourself to see the unseen, being able to speak the unspoken, hear the things that has not really been said. Our vibes, we don't have to say anything, but our we're reading everything. We're very observant, at everything in our lives. And, you know, uh, it's like my tragedies taught me so much, really a lot. I can be soaking in my sorrow right now, but, I said, what's the purpose in that? The only person I'm hurting is myself, you know. Even though there are certain things that I just don't have the answers to right now, I can't really focus on that. I have to be able to focus on what I'm trying to achieve, what I'm trying to make out of myself, what am I trying to make in my surroundings, not just being a person that just worry about me, but worrying, not even worrying, working on myself. So whatever I'm doing, it can project towards others to do the same within their lives. We're all learning and growing and being able to know we relate to each other in so many different ways. We just have different scenarios we're going through. We're all, it's like people are like, Roz, you telling my story. And it's just like, yeah, I am. I'm telling a lot of stories that we all can relate to. We all have had this part of our lives where it just felt off. It felt broken. It felt very draining. But you're trying to allow yourself to see that light within everything, even though it's in within yourself. You have that love, you have that strength, you have that power. You either fight or other fight. Um, and that's the reason why we're still here. You've gone through so many different things, and the way we've gone through them, people be looking like, I don't know how you did it. Persistence. We don't go take them little shortcuts. We got to go through the valleys of hell and go. You don't got freaking 5 miles, but then you're allowing yourself to, even though you could have did a shortcut over something, but what kind of adventure would you have had? Because you would have missed out on so many lessons if you got a shortcut. You wouldn't have been able to appreciate anything. You wouldn't have been able to see the things and experience the things you have found throughout that journey of finding yourself. Everything that you were looking for, you finally get to that, that mountain, then you're all you are is, when they are looking for that answer for the greater way of life, you finally get there, by putting your flag at the top, and it only shows you a mirror. Everything you're looking for is already within yourself. And a lot of things we have gone through, it's hard to, you know look at without getting angry at times, without crying at times, ready to fight at times. You know what you've gone through. You know what you're still going through. You know what kind of things that you're battling. But this is that time, when you're allowing yourself to see everything. It's like these things had a purpose for happening the way they happen. There's so many people that choose to stay the same, just because the things they know they are going to face, that's something that they don't want to open themselves up to. But only thing that's crushing is them, because you're not allowing yourself to see, why is this pain being not just inflicted on me, but inflicting on everything that I touch. It's just like, you've seen those different movies, or even like Maleficent type thing. Maleficent will come through, but she went through all her stuff, but when you see her touch different things, it's like it, withered up and this and this and that, you know um but it's kind of like that, but it's just like, when you're allowing yourself to go through that transformation, yes, hell yes, it's hard. It's really hard. It's like a lot of times, I look at different parts of my life where, trying to allow myself to, you know, not saying cut off my grief from, losing so much and losing so many people out my life, even though they transform, it was, I guess it's just like when I lost my adopted mom, it was, really hard for me. I lost my mind, because I seen her, go through those stages of deteriorating, and I couldn't do nothing about it. I felt helpless, you know, and I felt all the things she was going through, so I could understand on a deeper level. But when, my biological father passed, that was a whole different ball game, because it was just like I missed out. I felt like I missed out on so many different things. He missed out on so many things with me, and everything was based on deception and lies and covering up, you know. So right there, that took me out the whole game. But it was like with all those things being separated, it brought us back together stronger than ever, because there's nothing that can break that bond, and nothing can ever break a bond from a child and a parent, unless they allow it to. But when it has to do with the evil in the world that does that, you know um he's been with me, so much. There's times that I hear him and I talk to him and have long talks. Somebody walk in my room, they be like, Roslynn, you okay? I'm like, I'm good, I'm good. But being able to have that person that really supports me, even though my adopted mom and my family that has passed on, they're encouraging all the time, because they know what we're dealing with is not easy. So they constantly remind me of the strength that I've had, you know all the things that I went through. And there's times you have to remind yourself of those things too, but you're finally allowing yourself to have that courage, not just now, but you've been doing it. And it hasn't been easy, because a lot of times we try to move forward, and it takes the one little thing, it makes you go 10 paces back. But it's okay to start over, even though I'm like, ugh, I hate starting back over. But it's just like you can appreciate things more, because you're learning from those mistakes that has taken place, not being hard on yourself, and being able to learn, like, shoot, if we didn't go through these mistakes, how will we ever learn how to do things right? So, those are the things where we're allowing ourselves to see. Those are some painful things to have to look back on, but those are where your strength lies. It takes a lot of courage for you to be able to face the things that may have been a monster in your closet, or a monster up under your bed, or a monster in the next room. You know, but those are the things you're facing that's going to strengthen you. When you have cured the enemy on the inside, there's no outside forces that can even mess with you. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible for everything you do. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Jacqueline, Jeffrey, uh, Jessica Rachel, the King of Heyoka, Lauren Brandon, much love to you, Genocide, Flower Artist and Just Jen, and Nicole Golan, and Kanisha Colin, much love to you. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Um, and Dewan, 000, and Trent, Halada. Halada. Much love to you and welcome to the fam. If you're new to the channel, I don't mean to murder y'all names like that, but know the heart's intended for that. The heart's, I have good intentions for that. Please drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Share, tell people about the channel, subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I have future uploads. Um, if you need to ever get in contact with me one-on-one, I always tell people that there's a lot of things people don't feel comfortable with speaking on the tube of you. I truly understand, so they always hit me up through either Gmail, Gmail of email, or they follow me on IG as well. So I leave all that contact information there. It's basically just a network, have it, give you a deeper understanding about your life purpose or mission, or just being able to trade the views of experiences, which is truly appreciated as well. Whatever we speak on is confidential, so you don't have to worry about that going anywhere. If I can't tell you from my personal experience of what's taking place, I always try to make sure I find the information to give you a deeper understanding about what's taking place. Um, Know you're truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. I pray that everything that you're trying to manifest into your world comes so much bigger than you ever imagined. Imagine it comes sooner than you ever expected it. Even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, and frequencies. You never know. All those things really take someone a long way. And I will see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be wild.